Where's Anna and the kids asleep?
Yeah, there. Thanks for letting us stay over.
No problem. You know, it would have been good to have you there with us tonight. Mom was worried.
I needed a breather. I don't know, the whole wake thing, just too much. How's Mom doing?
I'm not really sure. She could be better, obviously. I had to take her, Alice, and Uncle Dave out for some food after. You really should have been there with us.
I had nothing to say. I couldn't stand the thought of being there and making small talk and acting like it's normal for all of us to be together when it's not.
Like I could, but I did it anyways.
Come on, just stop it. I don't need this from you, all right? Not tonight. Can't you seem upset?
Chris, stop it. You're not the only one who's upset. Everyone is upset.
You don't seem upset. You seem perfectly fine.
Well, I'm not fine. Where did you go?
Away from everyone. I went to Stone's and I had a beer. And there was a Celtics game on, and I closed my eyes. It was almost like I could hear him screaming at the top of his lungs at the TV.
Like Tommy Heinsohn.
What a horrible call. These refs are blind. We're getting robbed.
Remember how loud he was on the sidelines when he was coaching?
How could I forget? Jeez. He was out of control sometimes.
And Mom hated coming to our games because she was so embarrassed by how loud he was.
You know, he coached every one of your teams from 4th grade to high school. Never missed a single one.
Hey, he coached all your teams too, alright? Don't forget that.
Yeah, although he always took more pride in your teams, your games.
Come on, Tom. He loved coaching your teams. He said that 7th grade soccer team he coached was your best effort ever. You scored 4 goals. Oh, he told us the good points. You just didn't listen.
I listened. I guess. I just don't remember hearing him brag about me like he did for you. He always seemed to have special time for you. Remember when you lost a championship in 8th grade? He spent the entire night consoling you, telling you what a great job you did. That it wasn't about winning, but playing well and enjoying the game. Do you remember that?
I remember we spent a few hours at a McDonald's eating a Big Mac at 10 p.m. Yeah, he listened to me go over every single play from that game. At the end of the night, it just didn't hurt as bad.
Yeah. He had a way of making things better.
He did. So, how are you and Paula and the kids doing?
We're fine. We're fine. Joey just turned 5. Kid's got so much energy, I can't even keep up with them sometimes. Lila, she just turned 1. You haven't seen much of her, but yeah, she's beautiful. With me working so much overtime at the shop, it just leaves Paula, staying home with the kids. Time just flies,
Yeah. That's a way of getting in the way of things. I don't know, my boys are playing sports so much, and I feel like I hardly ever see them. Between flying back and forth to London, and I end up missing a lot of their games, and I hate leaving them.
Leave. Isn't that what you do best? Leave? You weren't around for us tonight, and it seems like you're not around for your kids either.
What is that supposed to mean?
Why couldn't you just stay with Mom and me? Why did you have to leave us tonight? Of all nights, it's like you're never around when the going gets tough.
Wait, leave? And never around? I'm always here for you guys.
You haven't been around the last few years, living in New York. I was the only one around helping them. Where were you then?
Tom, I live 200 miles away.
Yeah, that helps a lot when they need to go to the doctors or they need help fixing something around the house.
I don't know what you're getting at, okay? I don't live in this town anymore.
Of course, you don't get it. You never get it. Look at this picture of Dad. It seems like just yesterday he was dancing with Mom in my wedding.
I remember that. You know what I remember about Dad? Just watching TV with him on the couch. We'd sit down and 10 seconds in, he'd fall asleep. Just snoring up a storm. And then when it was done, he'd wake up and say, "Oh, that was great."
Like he actually watched it. God, I'm gonna miss him.
Yeah, me too. I thought I'd always be here. You know, he was like a machine. Up early in the morning to walk the dog and staying up late to take care of the house. Just always doing something, you know, always going. But always made it home for dinner with the family. You know, he was never one to miss a meal.
Remember how he ate? Man, he made the loudest chewing sounds ever. He was so loud, the neighbors could hear him. Everybody on the block knew when we had soup.
Oh, we made so much fun of him. What I wouldn't give to hear those annoying sounds again.
Hey, remember party time?
Oh my god, party time, of course.
He would get that big red tent that he bought for us for Christmas, and he would set it up in the basement.
That red tent, you know, like we were camping.
He would use ropes and tie it down as if some big wind was gonna sweep through the basement and take us all away.
We'd have all the candy we wanted.
And we'd stay up past midnight just watching silly movies.
And playing flashlight tag.
Yeah, with the red and blue flashlights.
Yeah, and we would always fight over who got the blue one. I'll never forget party time. You know, that was a tradition.
You know, I think he got more out of it than we did.
Yeah, I think you're right. Hey, remember when you spilled that blue juice all over the brand new carpet? You know, they still have that Red Sox blanket covering it up. Man, they never even got mad at you. You just got off so easy.
No, you were the one who could do no wrong. NYU graduate, Harvard MBA, big shot in New York, the golden boy.
No. You had it pretty easy. Remember when you and your friends went and played mailbox baseball? Dad didn't even get mad. He just chalked it up to some sort of a teenage rite of passage. Yet I had one drink at a party when I was 20 and all hell broke loose.
That's because he didn't want anything bad to happen to you.
All right, come on, Tom, stop. He loved and cared about you just as much as me.
He always favored you. Even Mom says it.
Oh, come on.
He was planning on watching this next week on Easter. I watch it with him every year.
I wonder what other plans he had. Just a life interrupted.
Remember how excited he got around the holidays when we all sat around?
Like Halloween. He'd decorate the whole house, have it lit up in orange, and with all those spooky things in the yard. Took hours to set all that stuff up. Then we go to the store the next day and get all the 80% off junk that no one else wanted. So we'd have it for next year. Hey, remember Billy Bob Jack?
He still has it in the attic. You know, who would have thought that his homemade talking monster made out of an old tape recorder and ragged clothes could outlive him? He kept records of everything. There's a label in the attic somewhere with the label, a box that still says, First Billy Bob Jack visit. And every year, up until last year, he would get it and set it in the same usual spot, underneath the maple tree in the front yard, just waiting to scare the living bejesus out of trick-or-treaters. I'm not sure where he got his energy from.
Maybe that's why he fell asleep the second he sat on the couch to watch something.
Chris, his birthday would have been next month. I'm not sure how to handle that.
Well, I think I'll go to my local steakhouse, just like Dad would have done. I'll order the biggest goddamn steak on the menu and wash it down with a Guinness.
Mom would say he didn't need.
For dessert, I'll get Dad's famous brownie sundae. The extra hot fudge, no whipped cream, and 3 cherries. And I'll raise a spoon to the greatest dad ever.
It won't be the same anymore.
No, it won't.
Well, I'm going to bed. We have a long day tomorrow.
Yeah, I know.
This is all so surreal. It's like a really bad dream. What's even stranger is that the car accident happened just 2 blocks away from the house.
Police said the guy was texting when he crashed into Dad.
Mom said he was on his way to the post office to drop off a package for you. What was it?
It's my lucky poker chip set. Yeah, I had a poker event the next night and I needed it.
A poker chip set? That's what Dad died for? A stupid poker chip set? For you? I thought it was an important document you needed for work. A poker chip set? Really? You couldn't just go to the store to get another one. No, of course not. Darling Chris needed his poker chip set. Excuse me, his lucky poker chip set. Are you serious?
Look, I didn't twist his arm about it, all right? He said he'd be happy to help. Mom's the one that told him I needed it.
Don't even go there. You don't get it. Once again, he lived and now dies for you. You just thought it was your birthright to have him bending over backwards just for you. You never appreciated him.
What? Are you crazy? I loved Dad. I loved everything about him, including what he did for us. You know, not just me, us. Just because I don't live in this town anymore doesn't mean I'm not a part of this family. They don't care about everyone, especially him. I love him, damn it.
Dad would have still been alive if it wasn't for you.
Don't you think I know what he was doing when he was killed? Don't you think I'm gonna live with that every single moment for the rest of my life?
Hello? Mom. Yeah, he's here. Nothing. We're just talking about a couple things. I know it's late. We have to be up in a couple hours for the funeral tomorrow. I'll be by in the morning to pick you up. Okay. You go to bed now. Okay. Love you too. Bye.
You know what, Tom? You think that I was the golden child. That I could do no wrong. Do you know how much they relied on you? How much they trusted you? It has nothing to do with me living 200 miles away. They know that if they needed something, you could handle it better than I could. How do you think that made me feel?
Never saw it that way.
Of course not.
I'm going to bed. You should go to bed too.
Yeah, I will. Just looking something up.
Look, man. I didn't mean to.
I know. I know.
What are you looking up?
A tent. I want to get one for the boys so we can have party time when I get home.
Why don't you use Dad's old tent? He still has it in the attic. We can get it down tomorrow.
Really? I mean, maybe we could do party time together. Yeah? You and me and just all the kids could have one big party time.
I think that'd be a good idea.
All right, great. I'll get some movies.
I'll pick some candy, get some flashlights.
Hey, only if I get the blue one.
So Dad's party time tradition continues.
I think he'd like that. Don't you?
I think he would have.